Oops. Welcome, everyone. Sorry, everything's going late. Just took me forever to get home and do some things and having some tech issues. But welcome. Hello there, Esh.
Hello,
buddy.
Good to be here, as always.
Well, thanks for joining me. Appreciate seeing you there, man. How's it going? How you been?
I'm good. Very tired, but pretty good.
Yeah?
I've watched all of Snyder Cut. Very good. Very
impressed. Sorry to hear that. Just sound like you weren't
we need to get
anything.
you watching it. I know how much you just love those movies.
What makes you think
you go on about it all the time? And
what makes you think I didn't watch it?
Oh, is that? Oh, don't tease us, mate.
What would make you think that?
Oh God. But yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it. It was a huge improvement on the original. Everything seems much more put together. The story seems cohesive and less patchy.
Wait a minute. What makes you think I wanted to even talk about that today? I'm just messing with you.
Well, it's like the biggest thing in pop culture right now, so we can't go 5 minutes without at least me mentioning it.
Well, I mean, I can't even get away from it for the first 4 seconds of the show. Thanks a lot, dude.
No, you're welcome. It makes you want to go back and watch Man of Steel again. Favorite film.
Wait a minute, what movie were you talking about again? Let me see. What was the name of that movie again? You just mentioned. I already forgot. You mean
Man of Steel?
That one? Oh, yes. Okay, I gotcha. Can you get the link to Retro, by the way? And Jed, I sent one to Jed. I don't know if he. I need to find Retro and send him one, or unless you're able to do it.
I'll send him the link.
I appreciate that.
Give me a sec.
Anyway, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're here, man. There we go. There's my buddy 32 Flavors of Nicolizer.
What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Nice to see ya. Thank you for inviting me on.
Anytime, bro. Could you, I sent one to Jed. I don't know if you've spoken with Jed.
I have not, but I can go find him for you. At least I can do.
Well, actually, Ash knows. Ash has contact with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and Retro and Jed should be coming on a bit. I put it in our group chat. So
cool, killer, dude, killer.
Okay. You did because I was sending one. Sorry, one very disorganized today.
Okay. Right.
Behind the 8 ball. I had a very traumatic experience today. It was that lasted like 4 hours. Kidding about the trauma, just annoying.
But here's to your trauma, Clobberin. I'm here through your I'm here for your trauma. We're each other's therapist today.
Hey. All right,
what's up, Retro?
Hi, guys. Hi.
Hi. Well, I have to pick on Ash because Jed isn't here right now. So. He's the next guy on the totem pole. Anyway, let me say some hellos to some friends who are here today in the chat. Welcome everyone to the Global Geek Gang. It's great to see you all, of course. The great Maddie's daddy, my great friend, is here. Hey, buddy, good to see you, my friend. Always a pleasure, man. Stephanie JANICZEK, Smuggler's Cantina, my good friend Stephanie. Hey, Steph, wonderful to see you. Let us know if you feel like stopping in for a visit. If not, no biggie. We understand, but if you can, if you feel like it anyway. We have nothing special planned, of course. Let's see here. let's see, some strange dude named Esh saying, I don't know who that is in the chat. We don't and even weirder dude named Retro Black Dicky. I don't know what the hell that dude's story is.
Hi, everybody.
My favorite name ever to say on YouTube, Dr. Hercule Macarius here. Polymace Benyon. Mark D with the C. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Thank you for popping in. Let's see here. We'll see. Alex James, what's up, my buddy? Thank you for being here. It was cool having you here last night as well, my friend. There we go. Yeah, hey man, it's great to see everyone. Let's see. Unless Jed shows up, that'll ruin everything.
He's probably
Probably
still asleep. He'll be asleep.
Jesus Christ, you better not be asleep. Cam. Charles Mackworth, my good friend. Hey, buddy. Yeah, let's see. Again, just a big shout out once again. I'm going to be doing it forever. I don't know. Thank yous to everyone who joined, who hung out with us a little bit last night. And of course, even more importantly, Monday night and Tuesday night, saying goodbye, well, farewell, but never a complete goodbye to our wonderful friend, Mark C. I'm missing him big time already. It's just a bummer, but we had some great tributes to him the past couple, Monday and Tuesday night, and his family was even here in the chat, and they really appreciated everyone who did stop in and all the kind words. And there's Jed calling somebody.
Yeah,
it's all of us.
Yeah, it's all of us.
Better you than me.
Yeah, cheers, Jed.
He does that to me at 3 a.m. But yes, it is shocking. And but anyway, Jesus is my king. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. But yeah, we'll always be missing my buddy Mark C. So again, a couple of show notes. Of course, Saturday night, as always, the wonderful Raquel Briggs and I will be reviewing 4 more episodes of Star Trek: The Original Series. I've just been having a blast on Saturday nights. Love it. And it's just fantastic. And she's amazing, and really having a lot of fun with that show. So 4 more to go. 4 more still in the second season of Star Trek: The Original Series. Going to do all of Real Trek, only Real Trek, 66 through 05, except no fake substitutes. RN Feliciano, good to see you, my buddy. Thanks for being here. Let's see here. And then Monday night, which I've changed from Monday Night Comics to Monday Night Mark C. That's going to be the name of that show forever.
Nice.
And it's a little tribute. I think he would like it, or he would at least tell me I'm full of crap for doing it either way. But Monday night, a show that I'd planned for this past Monday, I'm going to push to that. It's going to be, of course, and I'm naming this Hall of Fame after him, the Clobberin Times comic strip creator Hall of Fame, first edition, and now it's going to be called Mark C. The Mark C. Hall of Fame there, Clobberin Times Mark C. Hall of Fame, and yes, the first 10 inductees, which I will call the Pantheon of 10, all voted on by me, the only voter in this particular Hall of Fame. So, it's that's gonna be Monday night, and again, not many people are interested in that kind of thing. I get it, not too many people care about comic book history like I do, but what the hell? I know Mark would have enjoyed it. I'm glad somebody does, buddy. Appreciate it. So, anyway, but here we are with the Global Geek Gang, starting late today, folks. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. Just so much going on and stuff. And last night, some crazy stuff going on in the world of YouTubes and the Fandom Menace, as you probably are all aware.
When is something crazy not happening in the Fandom Menace?
There is an absolutely good point, my friend Esh. With regards to, again, last night while we were streaming, if only one person votes, that is not a vote by definition. Well, I'm changing the definition. This is 2021, a time of self-truths. Yeah, where you can make up your own damn truth according to SJWs anyway. So I'm going to let's here. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we were streaming last night. Just did an open geek stream, just by my lonesome, hanging around, talking to the chat. While they were having that absolutely wonderful. I don't know what that all is about. Noise
I
everyone.
think that's retro. It's always him.
Yep. But we can't blame me. Well, we still blame Jed. So retro, we're getting some something there going there, buddy.
Yeah.
See to it, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. 1 second. Check my private. Jed will be here. Oh well, so much for a good day.
Never mind.
But last night, as many of you may be aware of, when I was just I have do my little stream because I always do an open stream on Wednesday nights. Someone's got to do something about that noise back there. I don't know how. I don't know what it is. It sounds like a video game or breathing.
I got nothing else going on, so it ain't me.
Don't know if it's me.
I think it is you.
It is me.
Never gonna get anything done. Anyway,
I'll sit in the corner.
no problem, man. We no matter what, we'll like I say, Jed will be here. We'll blame it on him as soon as he does.
Okay.
So as many probably know, the Geeks and Gamers over there on the Blues on Uche's channel, but he and Ryan Cannell had organized through their Geeks and Gamers a very worthy cause of charity for suicide prevention. And there is Jetty. All right, buddy. So let me continue. All right, man.
Sorry,
Anyway,
I was late. I thought it was going to be later on. So
that's all right. Just let me try to get this this explanation, even though I think everyone knows it.
Yeah, no, let's all put in our piece on this. I think we all need to say something.
And
I know a little bit too.
About your little echo you got going on there, dude.
Oh yeah.
All right. So last night it was a great cause. We were kind of streaming, while they were, but of course they had a massive audience. And man, the noise stuff. Good God, dudes. Come on, man. You're pros. You know better than this. Geeks and Gamers had a guest on, and these guys, look, you all know me and the Snyderverse. I friggin' hate it. Not a fan of the guy whatsoever. But even I was willing to be magnanimous and say how great it. What is that?
I have no idea.
I don't have anything on. Besides, I don't think it's me.
Come on, well, anyone who can do something about it, please do. But you put things aside. It's not always about me. It's not always about any one of us. It's a wonderful cause.
What is that?
I don't know, man. It's got to stop.
Someone's fucking with us. But anyway, go on, Clobberin.
All right. Well, we'll have Stephanie will join us in a second. If I don't even know if I want to get through this anymore. I just can't. I can't. Man, I'm just having an agitating day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we got to
stop. Oh man.
So I didn't even get a chance to put out a notice for the stream because I guess been so busy. So anyway, as many know. They had as a guest Zack Snyder on their show, which I thought again not a fan of the guy, his filmmaking. Everyone rants and raves and deifies him about what a nice guy is and all this kind of crap. And you hear it so much, even though Eric O'Sullivan, good to see you, sir. You hear it so much, you go, look, maybe he is a nice guy. He has a horribly nihilistic, dark take on my beloved DC heroes, and I hate Man of Steel and I hate BVS. And so I'm not thrilled with that, but that doesn't mean I hate the guy personally or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination. And welcomes our dear friend Steph.
Hey.
Welcome, Steph. Hey. And I just so again, I was very I admired what was going on, the whole the charity and everything, and thought it was great. So, and thought it was nice of him to go on there. And now we all know, again, sometime toward the middle of the end of my show, and people are coming in the chat. Hey, Explorer of the Multiverse, speaking of him, who told us that Snyder went on there, and well, we all know what he said. Everyone probably knows. He comes on and basically immediately, in my opinion, in a very chicken shit cowardly way, distances himself from Geeks and Gamers, first things out of his pie hole, and then he. Basically, we all know about the horrible tragedy that happened in Atlanta yesterday, kind of not exactly mentions it by name, but speaks of how he happens to be, I guess, a father of Asian children, and basically stop the hate. Makes us. You all know what he said. Something about stop the hate. Things that had nothing to do with this stream.
Mm-hmm.
He did not have to say. And there are many. And of course, after that, the Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy, and those guys, and then later EBS. Of course, they all did streams about it, talking about this thing. And various opinions were expressed. And we're not going to get into trashing anybody who expressed whatever opinions. Not going to do that there or anything like that. We're just going to basically talk a little bit about what we think about it. I think it was disgraceful. And I really don't need to say much more than that. The night before his inning, a lot of these people, look, one thing for me, I can't stand Snyder anyway. These people really were huge fans. And they, their heart were set on this Snyder Cut coming out, and they were really, really proud of, and I'm proud of them, for what they did with their charity. But they're big fans of this guy, and he came in and take a huge dump on him like that. To me, I thought was an absolute classless disgrace. In my opinion, it was that. And again, of course, the guy again, he makes movies ostensibly about Superman, in which Superman acts like a punk with no ideals and no values. So just nihilism, and I hate his take on DC heroes, so I guess it just stands to reason. But you know what? Hey, no one cares what I think, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. And I'm going to go around a little bit and see what everyone else has to think about it, because, the whole everyone out on YouTube is talking about it. So why not one more? I want to welcome our dear friend Stephanie here. I want to thank you. Hey there. How have you been?
I've been great. It's raining cats and dogs here.
Oh.
So just been kind of quiet today. Got my hair done, and that's about it. That's all I've done today. And kind of put a lecture about listening to understand. And it was about the Snyder thing. I got to say this. I went and watched it. Mazarius, if you don't know who he is, he's a good friend of mine. I woke up at like 2 a.m. and he's like, "Oh Jesus, this thing is blowing up." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Then I read what he said, and I'm like, "Okay." In the morning before I go get my hair done, I'll go get to the spot where he shows up, and then so I'm watching it, and I'm like, "All right, my DC instincts kick in." First off, someone told him to say that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Go ahead, Steph. Sorry.
He didn't want. He looked like he didn't want to say that. He looked kind of uncomfortable and like, why? I'm being put in a position. And then I went back and I parsed his words. And when I walked away from it, it's like, I'm sorry, but he didn't say anything bad about anybody. When you look at what he said. But that's me coming in with fresh eyes, not immediately reacting. The problem I have with everybody's reactions is people don't listen to understand. They listen to react. And when you're a grown-up, you should listen to understand, because I understand where he's going. He probably shouldn't. He probably should have worded it differently. It was a very ham-fisted PR, whatever. He should have just walked in and just said, "Hey guys, this is great." Blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing he should have done. He didn't. People are reacting. I think they're reacting badly. They're reacting emotionally. And I'm to the point where, and this is after trying to explain to people that CEOs can't trash people that work for them while they're doing an investor's call, because they'd be legally liable to that person and get their asses sued off. And second of all, the stocks would tank. You lie like a bitch when you're on those calls, if you're the CEO of a company. And this has taught me after this whole freaking thing, the last 4 years, have taught me to shut the hell up and listen to what people are saying before I respond. So then I can make an intelligent reply. And what he should have said is, if you had to say anything, I'm just here just for the blah, 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 for the charity and to kick off the movie and everything, and this is for all the fans, no matter what group they belong. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, and that's his PR people's fault. All right, I look at him and going, I'm sure today he's like, they hate my guts now, because he doesn't seem like he's a bad guy in my opinion. But the only movie he's made that I like was 300. So what do I know? It's just, to me, it was just like, I think everybody needs to take a big breath, walk away from it for a day or 2 or 3, and then come back and go, okay, we made a mountain out of a molehill. Now we all look stupid. See? And that's, in some ways, that's how I feel. But I'm trying to be.
I don't think anybody looks stupid as having I don't think that people are having unadult reactions. I don't agree with you on that, but I appreciate your opinion on it, though. I don't think they are. I don't think it's completely emotional. He had no business doing that. He was all about the charity. He should have.
Yeah.
I agree with you that he probably was forced to say it, but I don't know what he believes and what he doesn't believe.
Well, and that's one of those things when you get someone like that. I mean, they're so scripted, and they're like politicians.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll tell you, when a politician goes off script and says what he really thinks, who gets the brunt of that? I did, and it's not fun. It's really not fun, and there's the reasons why they're scripted. There's a reason why Donald Trump lost a lot of different people that worked for him. It's because he said whatever he wanted to say. He said things that needed to be said. And they were trying to say, you can't say that. It's like, but I can, I'm the president and I have to. This is what I think, and that's, and I think that's part of it. But I'm looking at it like, if you look at it, if you walk away from it, look at it later, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's what's going on here. But that's just me. I mean, I'm still reeling and laughing my ass off at what that Forbes magazine article about mismanagement at Disney concerning Lucasfilm.
Yeah, I like that. That was pretty nice.
Well, you know what Cameron Pasha said? He said Chapek was the one that put it in there himself. And,
wow.
Yeah, if you think about that, and you're like,
wow.
And that's just set her up. So, this is all, I'd rather, I'm glad that people are enjoying the movie. I mean, I guess everybody likes what they've seen so far, but
not everybody.
Not,
a lot of people do. I'm just messing around.
Of course.
I'm just teasing with S there, man.
I think Clobby's the biggest fan on this panel right now.
I'm going to watch it 100 times today.
Absolutely.
But no, I hear you, Steph. Absolutely. And I like your perspective on it for sure. Especially, we hadn't talked since the JPEG thing, and I liked a lot of the videos and streams you did about that as well.
Yeah. So. Yeah. It was. It's one of those things where you're watching. And it's like, you might as well open up a can of Spam and say, here, this is what I'm saying. Do you understand? This is what I'm saying. And then this article comes out, and the first person I sent it to is Cameron, and I go, you were right. You're right. It's coming. They're coming. Because he said, when you start seeing negative things coming out, like in the trades like Deadline and Variety about mismanagement and Lucasfilm, toxic work environment and all that, that's Disney working against Kennedy. But this is bigger. This is in a magazine. You guys all know what Forbes is. It's read by the big guys, like the guys that were in on the call, the hedge fund managers, BlackRock and State Street and Vanguard and blah blah blah. And I have a feeling that they told Chapek, either you get a handle on this or you're gone. Or and he's like, they gave him the impetus to start doing this now. So he put this out there, and when you start, it's going to come out in the financial trades. So then they're going to be able to do this. And at the end of the day, he's going to be able to say to her, I'm sorry, this had to happen, but we've got to do something different here. Here's your big severance package and, your float and Disney parade and your medals and all the rest of this shit. It's time to resign. Okay. That's probably what's going to happen. And I told Cameron said it's going to happen sooner than October, because he was shocked at how quick it did, that it came out. And that was the thing that blew me away. I'm like, holy crap, you only said that 2 weeks ago. And here it is, you know. And what was really interesting, it came right on the heels of that rewriting Ripley defamation of all the white guys in the fandom, basically. You know what I'm going to tell you guys? As a woman, I feel really bad that they left me out. Why didn't you put me in there? I'm one of the biggest mouths out there. Why aren't, you know, oh, I'm a woman, I don't fit in here. Okay, I get it. Abu Nas, black. He's like, hey, why was I in there? Oh, I get it, because I'm black, you know? And it's disgusting what those women said. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And it was retweeted by a bunch of really bad apples at Lucasfilm. Damn. And Pablo Hidalgo follows them on Twitter. So if you want to know where this started in the story group with Chlamydia Gray and all the rest of those people. You know, I mean, I'm just, you know, I'm like, you know, and I would rather be focused on something that like that than, you know, or the Snyder Cut in general than
whoa, got an avalanche going on.
Yeah, it's my husband putting ice in it.
Oh,
he waved.
That's good. Wave to husband.
I'm waving.
Hey,
Mike in the chat, say hi.
Hey.
But you know, I'd rather be talking about fun stuff or just what's the next step, you know. But I feel bad for everybody involved that got their hearts broken.
You could see it too.
Yeah, you could
see if you saw the stream afterwards. And I feel, look, again, I have my differences. I hate just because I hate the Snyderverse. I mean, it's not about me. I'm too old for them to care what I think as far as demo. So I was happy for those people, and they had this is their hero. You know, they had their guy on there.
Yeah.
And again, whether he, you know, again, you know, I'd have to be a mind reader to tell you you're wrong about what that, because I can't read Zach's mind and know that whether he felt that way or he was just saying it. I have a suspicion he's just another Hollywood, you know, dork that believes all the Hollywood crap. I don't think, you know, from things I know of him, but I don't know him personally. Doesn't mean he's not a nice guy or anything. Yeah. Thing is, I thought, wow, this is really nice of him doing this. Obviously, it's close to his heart because of his stepdaughter.
Yeah.
But and those guys, it was a big deal for them.
Yeah.
I mean, and you could see it in their faces during that video. And then later, I don't know if you saw when they were on live and having a big argument with Ripa and you know, and stuff like that with Uche and Ryan on there. And some of the other guys, their faces, I don't know if any of you other guys saw it. You could see it in their faces. They were devastated. They were really hurt by this thing. And that, you know, and they still raised over like $77,000. Which
they raised about, with Jeremy said, they raised, along with the auction items, over $100,000.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
But before Snyder had even showed up, they were over 60K or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was about 63 when all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just feel for those guys. It was, I mean, again, I know, like, you're probably right. They were told, a lot of people say that he was told to say that, and he looked uncomfortable. But man, it was just terrible for those, because they were looking forward to this thing.
I think on his part, if I was his manager, I'd be like, or agent, I'd be like, first off, you got to apologize to them.
They won't know. They won't apologize. That's
they won't. No.
He comes from a Hollywood place where they shill against people from YouTube.
Well, no, they won't. But I agree with Steph that would be a nice thing.
Yeah. I would tell him, this is what you do. You do that, and you make it so people understand you weren't lumping them into the hate thing, because that's the problem people had. You know, the way he said it, and I'm watching him going, because I've seen this so many times, and it's like, okay, I get it. I get what you're doing. You're being stupid, and whoever told you to say that should be beaten with their own arm. And you should have said, I can't go in there and say that. Why are we even bringing this up here?
Exactly.
And, you know, I don't expect a movie director who's not named Francis Ford Coppola or Martin Scorsese or John Milius or Steven Spielberg. I don't expect somebody of that, not the caliber of those guys, to come in and actually ask a pertinent question like, why am I doing this? Because I don't think the directors that came later or after, except for maybe Christopher Nolan, I like him. If you don't, I don't care, would have the presence of mind to going, what the fuck? You know? I couldn't
see Nolan doing that. Although he did hire Snyder. He did hire Snyder, but I don't think he would have done something like that. Yeah.
Well, I gotta tell you something about, and then I gotta go because my phone's dying. Christopher Nolan, I think, is probably a conservative.
There has been, I've heard that said before. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
when you watch his movies, like The Dark Knight, it's my favorite of his. I'm watching it going, oh my God, he's talking about 9/11. When you see the devastation after the hospital gets blown up and then everything else, it's like, that looks like the World Trade Center. It's more of a social commentary than you would imagine a superhero movie, but that's, you know, but yeah, I did a live thing, Mike, on my Facebook page, so if you want to watch it, you can. About this, and I tagged Ethan and Jeremy. They're not going to watch it, but whatever, because it's one of those things where you just got to go, what was that? Okay, and you and I will talk privately about some other things. Okay,
sure.
Because there are people involved that I really, really, really don't like.
You mean as far as the stream thing or something? That stream? Okay.
Yeah, and we want, that doesn't get to be public.
Sure.
They don't help the cause, if you know what I mean. You know, it's the angry all the time. You just, here's the tape, the masking tape, put it over your mouth, go over there, sit for a while, think about what you're going to say, and then I'll pull it off, and then, are you happy now? Are you calm? You know, good. Okay, that's, you know, oh God, I can't stand it. But yeah, this, you know, I don't even have HBO Max. And
I have a free access to it. So
and yeah. I don't know, should I
watch it?
Get it? Yeah, should I get it?
You mean for HBO Max in general, or just to watch that?
Yeah, just to watch it.
If you, yeah, I mean, look, it's 4 hours of your life there, and you might enjoy it. I mean, you know, Ash liked it a lot. A lot of people are liking it a lot. So if you're into that type of stuff, it's most of the people I see who already like the Steiner stuff are enjoying it and liking it. So I don't know where you come down there. So you might again, if you can watch it. I wouldn't go out of my way much, but it is 4 hours. If that. Well,
Doomcock gave it a good review. So anyway, guys, I'm sorry for jumping in and leaving, but
that's okay.
If I don't go soon, I'll just go black. And guys, where'd she go? It's like your phone died. So
well, we appreciate you though, Steph. I thank you so much. Always lovely to have you here. And we put the link in there. Please, if you have not already, my friends, go to Stephanie's channel, subscribe, and support her channel, please.
Yep.
She has great content. Thank you so much, my friend.
I'll see you around the galaxy, guys. Be good. Have fun.
Thank you for coming, Steph.
Hail chat. See you later. Bye.
See ya. And again, everyone, has their own take on this whole thing. Nick, I'm going to go to you because I know the whole thing kind of upset you as well. And again, look, it's not just when he said those things, it was all of us.
Yeah.
But obviously it was you. It was anybody who has been in the, whether you call yourself fandom menace or not. If you are someone who has been critical of what is happening, whether it was with Disney, whether it was, I don't care if it was, Snyder or Jar Jar Abrams or whomever, if you've ever been critical of any of this, what's happening to the woke stuff, and Snyder never did any of the woke stuff really, but I'm just saying, if you've been critical, especially of the woke stuff that has infiltrated and destroyed comics, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, or what have you, and that's enough for them to say, you're fandom menace and you are bad. And so it wasn't just lashing out at Geek Gamers. This was a reaction to all of it. They were the target. And, so this all goes far beyond whatever I think of Snyder's stupid movies or anybody else's dumbass movies, one way or the other. It is about an attack, and I feel just as, again, those guys probably wouldn't even like me because they know I don't like the Snyder stuff. Some of them I know they wouldn't, but I felt horrible for those guys, seeing their faces when he was doing that. It wasn't an attack, again, it was an attack on all of us, but still, it was in their house when he was an invited guest to come in there, and they were doing something really noble. It wasn't like they just had him on to talk about the movie or something like that. So it was absolutely terrible, even whether he meant it or not, whether he was saying it because he was forced to say it. The damage is done. And, man, you could see the hurt in the eyes of some of those guys when that happened and then later in that stream. So, Nick, your take on it.
All right. I'm going to try to not take up too much of the time so all the other wonderful gentlemen on this panel can have their say. All right. So, like you, Clobberin, I have not been historically a fan of these movies because what I advocate for out of DC Comics, Zack Snyder has not delivered for the most part on that front. But that said, I did go up to bat for that fandom this week when I saw they were called out as terrorists. I'm like, okay, that's just too far. I'm not even a fan of those movies, but that's too far. So I felt like I should say something. I felt like it would mean more to come from me as someone who's not a fan to say that because, I believe in critical thinking. And I feel like most rational human beings should. Now, that all said, I decided, you know what? I'll let go of my strong feelings towards those movies. And I will at least give the Snyder Cut a fair and objective shot. And I decided also I'll tune into the live stream because it was a charity and I didn't chip as much as but I know I chipped in because I do care about the cause involved. And I remember the money was just flying. And then they had hit the goal before Zach got on. And that's cool. In the perfect world, the dominoes are set. Everyone is happy. Like they are ready for Zach to come on and say, look, dude, we hit our goal before you even got on. And he gets on and they are way above goal. And then he says the comments, aka the shock heard around the world, or if you want to get into wrestling terms, it was the Montreal Screwjob equivalent. And he said what he said. And all of a sudden, the comments slowed down, the money slowed down by a lot, and I saw the looks in each and of every panelist's faces when he said those comments. And I had to do a double take. So I actually did not think about it right away. And now, of course, I watched what Young Rip had to say, EVS, and everyone else following after. And I thought long and hard about this because I didn't want to be one of those people that came from an emotional place with the comment. I wanted to come from a place of reason, and I really let it sink in. And I finally did a reaction for it this afternoon rather than just get online 5 minutes after it happened and make a video for it. I waited to let it sink in. What?
Nick, I don't know if I know you see my posts a lot, but I was like, I backed them. But I let this sink in all night because the longer I went back and go and see that, the more I got upset because, like you said, a Montreal Screwjob or when Undertaker lost for the first time.
Yeah.
Remember everybody was shocked?
Yeah, it was a shock. Or Bret Hart and Michaels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So anyways.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. No, it was a good point to bring up. So I wanted to not come from an emotional place because Steph's right for the most part, but I want to make sure before I said something, it was not from a place of emotion. And the more I thought about it, the more it sank in. Like, what was he doing? If he really, in my opinion, he should have just not went on the stream. It'd be one thing to say, hey, listen, some came up and Uche can't air what happened live in order for him not to show up. He should have just not shown up. Now, if he was in fear of the movie being canceled, I know this is going to hurt people who like the movie. But if I was Zack Snyder, I would just have my release canceled because I'm not going to dismiss my fans who campaigned tooth and nail for this product to come out. These people went to conventions. They did endless charity streams. They blew up Twitter. They blew up all these things. They were very vocal for years. They created YouTube channels dedicated to this. And Zach, he even went on some of their channels instead of going to Access Media, which I thought was commendable for him to do. And Star Wars, you're wondering how this connects to Star Wars. Star Wars, when they had their goodwill come back with the Luke return, they right away said F you to all the fans. After that, they did all that. But then I feel like Zach was even worse than them because Zach gave them all this hope and dream of this is going to happen. We're going to get there. And then right at the eve of the anniversary, he disavows from them. He should have stood by his conviction. If he was truly thankful for his fans, he should have stood by them and not let them be bashed. He could have been the guy that could have been the one who have breached them to the mainstream and say, listen, these guys are not a hate group. A hate group. I have the receipts to prove it. Look at what they've done. Look at what Junk 3PO has done. These guys are great individuals. They are an organically diverse group of people that do good causes just to be good. They're not going around trying to virtue signal about Twitter like a Gail Simone. They just want to help out the world. They help out the community. They help out people who are not in the community because that's what they do. They're actual real life heroes in my mind.
Wow. They absolutely were. I mean, they really, really loved what they were doing, and they really believed in what they were doing. And again, like I said, if they may have been better off not going on there. If he was, if he felt like he had to say something like that, don't show up. I don't think I'm having an emotional response to it because I never did. I'm not emotionally attached to any of this. Mm-hmm. In my case, I'm not speaking for anyone else. Nothing was emotional about my reaction to it. Other than that, I had a little disgust about it. The only emotion I felt was really bad, feeling bad for those guys that I don't know personally. That I know that if they heard my thoughts on Snyder, they probably would unless the nicer ones would be fine. That's your opinion. That's fine. They'll be okay. But the ones that are really, really there because there are, let's face it, there are a lot of Snyder bros out there that if you the slightest criticism, they will go all over you.
Oh yeah,
and they are not nice. I've had them attacking me for 10 years.
Oh yeah,
because I'm very vocal about my disgust with the Snyderverse.
Yeah,
and I've been attacked by them a lot, which I don't care. But I'm just saying. So a lot of them are cool, like live about opinions. Many of them aren't, but that's the way it is in a lot of fandoms. And yet I felt nothing but just the only reaction I had was sorrow for these people because you could see it in their faces. This was their hero. He'd come on their show. They loved his movies. They busted their ass for years to get this thing made. And I thought this was, you could watch it and say, it doesn't sound all that bad. Well, it was all that bad. It really felt that bad for them. You can see it. And so
sting.
In this case, I'm not speaking for anyone else. My emotional reaction was only that, feeling bad for them. My logical reaction is this was, whether we was told to do it or not, it was classless, it was cowardly, and it was, of course, more than anything else, it was steeped in lies.
Yeah, no, I mean, in some ways, I feel like he validated some of my criticism. I've always said he's been inconsistent. He says how this was always a plan to, hold on, we decided to throw Batman in MOS. And now he's always talking about how thankful he is with this community. And then right in front of them on the eve, he just backhands them all. He backhands all of them. And the more I think about it, the more I can't get behind that. I really can't. At what point, I realize, we cannot. We've tried to cross over into Hollywood. I think it's time and I know some streamers have, but as far as a community as a whole, we gotta stop. And that's just my opinion, but we're going to become our own Hollywood counterculture because we may have thought Zack Snyder was going to be the guy that would help. That guy who would bring the peace to both sides. And he didn't do that. He pulled a Rian Johnson and fueled the flames of division further than we already have. And like I said, in my opinion, it was worse because he gave us the slow burn for years. At least with Star Wars, they right away let us know, we're not with you. But Zach, he led us on, kind of like a bad boyfriend, girlfriend say, I'm going to be good to you. I'm going to be good to you. And also I know nope, I haven't changed. I just hid who I was better than I did before. Anyways, I hate saying this, but I do gotta bow out. But
Okay.
thank you
Oh,
for
man, I
letting me
got
have
you.
my input. I
We appreciate
got
you, man.
10 my children. Yeah. Thank you for letting me on. If it were up to me, I'd hang around here longer, but duty calls
Okay.
and so is responsibility. But pop culture, Ish, retro, Clobberin, I'm sure I'll be listening to the car.
Oh, yeah.
To the rest of
We
the
appreciate you, man.
You know I'm gonna be saying something.
Oh, I'll be
Nick,
listening.
so-
I'll be listening.
Well, we appreciate you, man.
And
Thanks
I
for coming in.
appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. And to the chat,
Appreciate
hail
you,
to you
Nick.
all. Hey, I gotta get on something with you sometime, bud.
Yeah, come on, man. Please do
yeah.
come hang with me again, man. Thank you so much, buddy. You have a great one, and I'll see you on the streams, man.
You will, dude. Take care.
Take care, buddy.
Yeah.
I
Appreciate you, Nick.
I absolutely agree with you on this, Alex James, Young Ripper, Gary, and from Nerdrotic. Hailed them both, big fans of them both, and I'm a fan of Ethan as well. Had the right take. I absolutely, in this case, definitely agree with them on that take. And again, that doesn't mean they're this Shellback. I'll send you an invite. Okay, man, if I can find you, man. You got, they that doesn't mean they don't like the movie. And no one's letting the people who were interested in the movie, for example, my buddy Ash, who I'm about to go to, this is a separate issue from the movie. You can still like it or not like it on its own merits, which is fine. I'm sure you'll agree with that, Ash. And but Ash, and I know you enjoyed it. Yeah. But what did you think about? I mean, because did you see this controversy going on last night, and it was late over there for you? Or what did you find out about it?
Well, I watched most of the mainstream, and then I watched about 2 hours into Jeremy's stream after, and I'm sort of conflicted because I kind of side with Uche in the sense that there's so much behind the scenes that we do not know.
Mm-hmm.
Uche has been, out of all of them, he's been talking to Snyder the longest. He knows him the best out of everyone, so he has the best understanding and idea of what's really going on.
I wonder that. Listen to him talk. Go ahead.
That's why I sort of side with him on that. But also, I understand where everyone else is coming from because it's like he's coming in as a guest. Yes, he's Zack Snyder, the director of the movement for the film we're trying to get through, but he's coming in as a guest and insulting the host as he comes straight through the door. So it's a kick in the teeth for everyone in the fandom.
Yeah.
But again, going back to the other side, it's like I can't say how or why, but I know how suits operate, and Hollywood suits are 10 times worse. And it's clearly obvious that what he said was most likely he was told to say that, especially the first bit. The second bit, the second bit of the line he said at the start, personally, I think that was a very personal thing he wanted to get out, because he said he's got Asian kids. What happened was a racial attack on Asians, so he probably felt extremely compelled to make a comment on that. And this is just me speculating. And a combination of his emotions to that, plus the combination of the emotions for the charity in memory of suicide prevention and the loss of his daughter, in combination of the pressure of all the suits at Warner Brothers hounding him to say certain things, to not affiliate with Geeks and Gamers, he probably stumbled over his words, got it all out in one go in the heat of the moment, and worded it completely poorly, and that's why it sounds like a kick in the teeth to everyone. And yeah, it is a kick in the teeth, but I think there's way too many layers to analyze in one go to this. And at the moment, the fandom is hurting. Geeks and Gamers is hurting, but my heart goes out to all of them because we know how much effort they've put into getting this charity stream together. Bottom line, they've raised 100K for suicide prevention. That's so many lives potentially saved from that, and that is the real thing we need to focus on. And also, I'm very impressed on how the Geeks and Gamers team handled the situation, keeping air quote brave face, to basically just keep it about the charity, try and keep things going, try not to let things get out of hand and break down at face value when Snyder came on, because at the end of the day that stream was about the charity. I'm a big believer in don't hang your washing on the line for everyone to see, so sort your shit out behind the scenes. So yes, a lot of this is public, a lot of it is and it's like Jeremy said, there's a time to sort this out. That time is not now, because this is for the charity. And all the chat was asking, where's Jeremy, and he was saying that I'm not coming on because if I came on, it would have completely changed the dynamic of the whole stream. And I agree with that, and I'm very impressed of how he handled that. He's a true leader for doing that. And my hat goes off to Lethal, Ryan, and Uche for how they handled it. You could tell Ryan, like Jeremy was saying, and like we were all saw it. Ryan was about to flip in a split second.
Me and Ash were watching this live. We were watching it live, and I was like, "Did you see Ryan's face?" Because his face from last night compared to the night before when he was on our like short hour stream, totally different.
Absolutely. Oh, wait a minute here. Mark D was here. Are you serious? Is that real? Is that really a headline?
No, people are trying to get traction out of this, Mike. It's fucking
I'm just asking. I don't see that on what site that is. So is that? Are you just speculating, or is it that these jackasses did put that line like that? I wouldn't surprise me. I didn't know. I don't know if
it sounds like a headline that would happen, because there's already a negative connotation to Geeks and Gamers. It's no fault of their own. It's just the idiots in the mainstream that want to create this narrative of what they think Geeks and Gamers is about. Again, it all comes down to power. Jeremy spoke a lot about this on stream. They don't like that Geeks and Gamers is a successful brand. Yes, it is successful because they're at a point where they're a media empire. Yes, they're small in the grand scheme of things compared to like CNN or ABC or that kind of thing, but they are a media empire. They're building their own app. They've got their own servers. They've got their own systems in place. And the guys at the top don't like that. And again, it all comes back to a power balance. And again, they don't like it. They have this connotation. There's always going to be that stigma with Geeks and Gamers, unfortunately. Hopefully one day we can change that. But in the current political landscape, that's not going to go away anytime soon. And the heat is only just going to increase from here. Like, because of that one poorly worded statement from Snyder, the mainstream media are going to eat that up. And then they're going to clip it. They're going to say this. They're going to say that. They're going to say he's all right. And that article linking all different people from the fandom menace and different people from the right as alt-right evil people. This, that, the other. That doesn't help. And all these other things. It just makes our lives harder. I think it was Ivan that said it on the stream yesterday.
Yeah.
He was saying that if you put a drop of salt in a glass of water, the whole glass will taste salty. And then it will take so much more water to dilute that salt, rather than if you put another grain of salt, it'll taste even more salty. So it just makes the good we're trying to do 10 times harder just because of one negative comment.
Well, Yeah, absolutely. Now, again, I don't think it was poorly worded. I think he said what he was supposed to say. He just stumbled around because he wasn't comfortable saying it. Being probably it might be true that he was told to say it, which made him, which that would track because it's probably why he was felt. You could tell he was uncomfortable, not going in thinking he would have to say it and then getting taken to the woodshed and told to say it. It doesn't make me give him any more sympathetic towards him whatsoever. However, but it tracks that he probably was. I want to welcome our my old pal SHELLBACK here. What's up, Turtle? Hey, buddy, how you doing, man?
I think Mr. Singh was touched on something that I was going to.
Yeah, I've been talking a bit.
I sort of covered it. I covered it a lot of the points there.
But,
He's a covering guy.
Yeah.
So there's that article, this BS article that has a picture of freaking Bannon, right?
Oh yes.
And then it branches out from him to a couple other people and a couple other people, and down towards the bottom, one of the people is Jeremy Griggs of Geeks and Gamers.
Mm-hmm. I remember it. Yeah.
And I bet you $1 to a donut that somebody from the WB corporate saw that shit. Okay, and they're like, "Look, you got to say this, or it's going to be hard for you to get a job in the future."
It's definitely probable, or at least certainly plausible.
And I disagree about it being poorly worded. It was
he may have fumbled around a little
not
bit.
the exact words he used.
Yeah,
but it's not, as the saying goes. It's not what you say; it's how you say it.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't say it right. Okay.
No, but it was still.
It wasn't what he said; it was how he said it. And the fact that he basically made two statements all together, the optics on that are horrible.
Horrible, absolutely horrible.
And so the people that have already been calling us a hate group ever since TLJ, and I think we all know what TLJ is. I don't like to say the full words.
That's fine.
Because then I have to gargle some bleach.
We got you, man.
Anyway, so there's a couple of the newer folks that I've heard, and they're like, oh, people, calling this hate group and all that. I'm like, and I'm not in this tone, but I'm like, are you new? Yeah, you must be new. I'm like, we've been hearing this. If you were in any way affiliated, wasn't that the magic word during the stream?
Yeah, I think you said affiliated. Yeah.
If you were like a follower of Geeks and Gamers, or one of his people that actually worked with him, or if you claimed the TFM hashtag, like I said, for the past 2 to 3 years, how long has it been since TLJ? 3 years or something?
Oh, yes, about 3 years now.
I ask because I try to block it out of my head.
I understand.
But anyway, we've been called, hate group and all that since then. So, that's nothing new,
Right.
So it's not like our reputation, has been sullied from, a pure you know, we weren't virgins. Okay, we weren't virgins, and you know now
it's not a new thing. Yeah, you're right.
Everything's going around school that we're the newest slut in school and all that. It's just so we just gotta try and remain cordial, just like Uche, Ryan, and Lethal did on that stream, and just try to keep our wits about us when we come across people, and when they at us, instead of going,
yeah,
if I may use expletives,
you may.
Fuck you, no, not.
No, I understand, man.
There's different ways of saying fuck you. It's like,
right.
You can either scream it, like I just did, and then they're doubling down on their defense or offense or whatever you want to whatever you want to say, or you can be like, no sir, no ma'am, no him, her, she, his, is it, the how you have to do it these days,
Yeah.
Politely, if we just have to politely tell them to fuck off, we can still tell them to fuck off. It's just like I said, it's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it. So,
well, and those guys were put in a bad position. They handled it the best way they could. I mean, it was a total shock for them, when that happened. So,
like you don't know the half of it. Like, oh my god.
Oh, I know how they felt about this whole thing. So you can see it.
I caught it. I caught Jeremy's quote unquote reaction stream. Afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I saw. They showed the clip a couple of times.
Uche explained, how he felt, and Ryan did, and Lethal, and they were all like, basically like, yeah, we got freaking, punched in the nuts, a bit there, with the way he said it. But at the end of the day, when that stream was over, the impression I got was, it's, Zach flubbed up with the way he said it, but does he necessarily, did he necessarily mean it with malice? Maybe not,
Maybe not. He may have been doing what he was told to say and got taken to the woodshed. But to me, I think what he said was damaging. No matter if he'd said it very eloquently, it's still the same effect. But I do believe that there is credibility to the theory that he was going kind of against something he'd rather not have been put in a position to say because of how you say how he flubbed it. He seemed very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
doesn't change what he said though, and just.
But like I said, I think one of the things at the root of the problem is that particular little trash article with the branching out from Mr. Bannon. So
yeah, it was absolutely. I mean, that's some mind-boggling stuff. It's everyone's going, what the hell has Steve Bannon got to do with anything? I mean, he's.
Well, I think what it was somebody that is still a little salty about those of us who didn't like TLJ.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're right about me. I'm a hate movement against that movie. he called me a hate movement all day long. It's that crap. Yeah. So yeah, your hate group again. That word has been so abused. The word hate and haters and all that kind of crap to mean very little these days.
Right.
Um,
and the World War II German people, you know, that word.
Yeah. I hear you, man. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you giving your views on that. I mean, I know Jed probably has something to say about it.
But
we're not going to cut his mouth. I'm going to cut his mic off anyway because we don't want to hear it. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, let me get this out.
Because Retro said he told me to cut your mic off though, so
you know. Oh, I've been in their ears all night, half the night on my side, and then
Well, give us a few of your thoughts about this thing.
A few. Okay.
Jed, you're wrong next.
No,
No, go on.
This might, I don't know. This might turn into one of those things that one day where I just got extremely pissed off, and somebody said, "Oh my God, he's going on a Doomcock rant." So, but here's my thing. Okay, I agree with Ash says because me and Ash and Retro have talked about this for hours on end already, like since last night. And I gotta say this, and this before anything else, much respect to Jeremy, Uche, and Lethal and Ryan. We love them. They're our brothers, and in Geeks and Gamers. They got literally kicked in the nuts for this bullshit. Okay. But on the other side, I've been talking to Uche like Ash has been, but I've been talking to him a little bit more. I can understand the pressure that was being put on the other side because there were things that people weren't privy to, which I can't say. Uche did say some, but you know what I'm saying? Because I got Uche and Ryan on our stream the other day, and we all had fun. It was a ball. Mike, thank you for coming into that. I appreciate that.
I would have been more attentive, buddy, but I was, that's when I normally, wrench for Paulie, and he had to show.
Oh yeah, but it was just I've been trying to get Uche on, and Ryan was a complete shock.
That was the shock, yeah.
Done. Ryan, thank you for coming on. If you guys see this, Uche, love you guys both like a brother because.
That was very nice.
I will say, it was, and I got to say the reason why that all happened is because of Lethal. Lethal vouched for me, which Lethal, I love you, brother. I always got your back. I always got all those guys' backs. Like, seriously, they're like part of our family, like you're part of our family, Mike, like our family here. Like we're all one big, huge, combined family. But here's, and I know I'm very, very, and it stunned me because Retro heard it and Ash heard it. I'm like, okay, I didn't exactly burst out. I was simmering on it for hours and hours and hours until Retro and Ash got up. Like they literally slept because I'm up at night, so I was going and it was steaming. I was steaming. It was just going around. I didn't have that emotional. I immediately, I don't know. I know Nick goes on there and he sees my tweets. He likes my tweets. I immediately went to the defense of the boys on there because, they're our brothers, comrades, they're our part of our extended family. I backed them up right away. But then I was also feeling, what, Mike?
Commie? You said comrades. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I didn't mean, well, you know what I mean.
I lighten the mood a little bit, bro. Go ahead.
Oh, I know. And so.
Yes, comrades. Yeah.
But we were, I was just, okay, because I didn't have that, because I've been in the middle of this during the whole thing because I've been somewhat going back and forth between your guys's and then then you see me on Twitter, I'm talking about things and everything else. And I've been, and then my first thing was I'm extremely pissed what they did to. You cannot feel the frustration, even though I haven't met Jeremy yet. Somewhere down the line, it's going to happen. But the thing that pissed me off, because I've known Lethal for a very long time, that pissed me off. And I've gotten to know Uche. That pissed me off that they like did that. But then you know what I'm saying? All this the faces he's making. But
So sorry, comrade. Sorry.
oh, I know. I'm.
What I missed?
Welcome to the family.
What I missed? Did I miss something?
To apologize for my interruption. Here's some vodka.
But here's the thing. But I know on Uche's side, he even did preview people to the reason why that the website went down was because he said, and I don't want to misphrase it, but he said somebody. I think he was dealing with Zach in one ear in the studio, or somebody, his web designer, saying Warner Brothers they were getting pissed or something. Like this, there was so much shit going on in the background last night. It was not even funny.
Yeah, the whole bit about that and the website was they pulled the website because the Geeks and Gamers logo was on the website, and I think at one point one of them said that, I think it might have been Uche, that he was on a call with Snyder and Warner Brothers because apparently Warner Brothers didn't like the Geeks and Gamer Association on the on the bid page, the bid website. So they pulled that, and that's why they were just saying, "Oh, you guys probably crashed the website."
Because Uche did come back and say,
"Yeah, they were actually working it with the web designer to pull the logo from the site."
And then here's my thing, and I agree with this. The higher ups got extremely pissed because whether you like it or not, and Jeremy did speak the truth, and Gary said this too. The higher up Warner Brothers execs are literally the ones that Zach didn't help with the way he I will show this. Zach did not help with his bullshit the way he said that, and to come in there, my first thought would be, "Hey guys, this is wonderful. You've done a wonderful thing for our cause. Thank you very much for getting to our goal." Before I even got on the stream, I appreciate you guys, but no, he went and did this because it was literally the studio execs were putting the boot on Zach's head, and Uche even said this, and I don't want to paraphrase, but he said at one point in the night he was on the call with Zach and he heard yelling. But if you go back, there was stuff going on in the background, and he was stressing out. Zach was stressing out, but I'm not excusing what Zach did because that was a really screwed up thing. I just think he was under pressure too. Everybody was under pressure. But the moment that happened last night, you could tell the vibe went. Okay? It was extremely stupid that, we were all there for one purpose, for the suicide prevention and mental health thing, to do a good thing. Okay? And once again, fucking studio execs from way up above wanted to fuck the little people and go, "Hey, you're trying to do a good thing. That's our job, even though we don't do it. We have all the money in the fucking world, but we don't do anything with our money except being corrupt fucking pricks and trying to keep people down and all this other shit." You know what I'm saying? It's just...
Well, nothing surprising about any of that, dude.
But
Lord Bob, good to see you, buddy.
Here's the important thing.
Yeah.
At this moment, as we speak, there has been 79. That's $79,419 raised.
Yeah.
By a hate group.
Suicide prevention.
Yeah.
By a hate group.
Do you know that is more money than any of these? I will say this. This is more money than IGN in any of these fucking chill fucking websites have ever raised. In the amount, Geeks and Gamers, love you guys. You're family to us. You've helped. I will say this right now on the stream live, and I said this before. Geeks and Gamers have helped me a lot through this bloody fucking year. Mike, you have helped me. Retro, Ash, everybody that's in our extended family and the Phantom Menace or whatever circle we're in here, they are good people. They're not scum. They're not Rippa. Like, Rippa's fucking awesome. Rippa tells it like it is. Gary tells it like it is. Doomcock tells it is. People that we've all banded together because we're trying to put good out in this world so we can get a little bit good backs for these people that are in low incomes to middle incomes that have been trapped in their bloody houses for a year, can have some entertainment. And that was one of the reasons why I started doing it too, because I was getting a little bit depressed too. So I was like, okay, I need to do something to help me and help everybody else out there. That is one of the reasons why this is done. And this was such a good thing that we done this. You know what I'm saying? And they're still raising money. There's so much good that's going to come out of this.
I think
it's 100K now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Over 100 something now.
If you include the
donations and the auction.
Yeah. Like I said before, this hits home to me. This hits home because, like I said, and I even said this on our stream with Uche when Uche was on there. This hits home to me because when I was a teenager, I had a really rough time, and I considered suicide and tried to do it, but I wasn't successful because I chickened out at the last second. I did some marks and stuff on my arm and stuff, but I chickened out. I couldn't do it. You know,
that's not chickening out, then.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I'm just saying it's a good thing.
Things were so bad during my teenage years. I cannot tell you how bad they were. They were terrible, and I thought one of the only ways out was to do that. But then I was thinking about everything else, and I was thinking about my grandfather while he's still alive, and all this other stuff, because my parents split up and everything else. It was fucking awful. Okay, I was alone by myself most of the time.
Welcome,
you know, all this,
I want to say welcome, Sandra Feliciano. Thank you. Thoth, if you got a link if you're able to, if you feel like, but if you're busy, that's cool, man. All right. But
I'm sorry I'm going on. I'm sorry I'm going on,
so
brother.
I
am. Darth, tune in for the 10 p.m. Eastern rant.
Here's the thing, like Jeremy himself, right? Like Jeremy Griggs himself. I'm still gonna support Snyder Cut, right? And I'm still gonna watch the movie.
Yeah, me too.
In spite of Homeboy not being able to properly phrase what he was trying to say.
Yeah, I hope I properly.
There's no properly phrasing that.
Yeah, but that I understand that too. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. Here's what he could have done, right? And instead of saying, not affiliated, and the website and all that stuff, he could have put a little bit more context to it. He could have been like, for everybody watching. I know that this group of people have been associated with some, somewhat controversial stuff. But in the interest of raising money for this charity, we're putting differences aside, or what, something along them lines.
Well,
and then also he could have mentioned, the thing about the Asian ladies or Asian people or whatever that got
the killing. By the way, they were not all Asians that were killed, but either.
Yeah,
they were not all Asians.
Whatever. Because I haven't, I hadn't heard about any of that.
It was earlier in the day.
Yeah.
I agree with Nick. That shouldn't have been said in the first place. He should have came in and said, "Thank you guys for hitting the goal." Said, "Son, this is really personal to me. Thank you guys." This is not affiliated with Geeks and Gamers, but they have done a very good job of helping support the charity. Not any of that other bullshit, but I know Dude,
Right.
it was a total shit show. Like, it was
Well,
like a
the way-
Pandora's box
yeah.
ready to blow.
The way things are
You know?
in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's the reason I said it like I did is
Yeah.
it's not surprising that with something like that that event that is it's a tragic thing when
Yeah, it is.
somebody
And, like-
when something like that happens and of course anyone and everyone in Hollywood is going to take a chance to for lack of a better term virtue signal
Yeah.
about events like that. So that when it was said that something happened or when I heard that something happened, I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of like par for the course. At the end of the day, he would have been better off not saying anything.
Yeah. And if you have to, or don't show up if you think you're going to compromise any kind of.
Wait a minute.
I want to address something that's going on in the chat that is kind of an important thing between two good friends in there. Our dear friend Sandra Feliciano says, and welcome, Sandra. There are actually people who are saying not to watch the Snyder Cut because they are projecting their feelings as no better than the morons pushing cancel culture. Now, that's absolutely true, but I'll tell you this. Interestingly enough, this evil hate group, notwithstanding, nobody's trying to cancel Zack Snyder today, criticizing people as not canceling. I know you're not saying, I'm just saying, if it were the other way around, and some, we know they would cancel anyone else on the heart. He is from his side, which he is on that side, would be canceling someone. And I want to say what's like the other point by my good buddy Manny's daddy said with respect, it is not the same as cancel culture. Saying don't watch the movie as a form of protest is not the same as saying that this person should not be allowed to work. It's absolutely, yes, it's not the same. Only thing I would say to that is, as long as you leave it to individual choice, don't judge anyone if they decide to watch the movie or if they decide, screw him, I'm not watching the movie.
Yeah.
Both are valid. It's not anyone being canceled. So if you say, look, I hate what he did, I'm not watching this damn movie now, even though I was going to watch it, that's fine. And if you say, you know what, if you go by that, you can never watch anyone's movie if you go by them saying things you don't like. So I think both are fine. So as long as, and here's the key, no one's forcing or even trying to shame anyone out of either watching it or not watching it. That's what I would hope.
Right.
Yeah, nobody needs to shame anybody about that,
In my opinion, I would still encourage people to watch the movie anyway, even if they're pissed at Zach. Even if they're pissed at Zach, watch the movie anyway.
Well, here's the thing.
To support but to support the people like Uche, like Lethal, like Ryan, like Abu Nas, like Fatal J.
Yeah.
And
Jeremy.
All of the Snyder Cut people that have been in the trenches for the past 4 years
since 2017.
Look, I'm not saying
watch it for them. Don't not watch it because you're pissed at Zach. Watch it for the guys that have been pushing for this for years.
I hear you. I'm not saying start a campaign to get people to stop watching it. I'm just saying if somebody just throws a tweet out there and says, you know what, screw him, I'm not watching it now, leave him alone. Let him make that decision. It's not a big deal. If someone again, I watched it. And I don't even like his stupid movies.
I know. It's like
so, and we're not going to spoil anything here, so we're not going to talk a lot about the content in the movie. Anyone, if you
haven't got to watch it yet.
Right. Well, in that case, we're definitely going to be spoiling it then.
Very good.
But no, what I'm saying is, look, if you want to watch the thing, watch it. If you don't. If you want to start a movement, the anti-watch the movement because you don't like what Snyder said, I don't see any point in something like that. Just let people make that decision on their own, and no one should be judged for it. And it would be nice if someone would just judge a movie on its artistic merit or lack of same, because you know what? and you shell back, and we all know this. If you decided that on every single movie before you watch it, if that actor, director, whatever, or actors, whatever, said shit you don't like, you can't watch a movie ever, almost ever now.
Yeah.
And so, and again,
True, Mike.
Doomcock was actually given a hard time for his video, saying he liked it. See that, and again, I'm with you, Sandra. That's stupid. Let him.
Well,
you know what? Now let me tell you something. They're wrong for that. Let him. I mean, disagree with him all you want. But if he'd said he hated the movie, he'd be getting a hard time from another side too. You can't win with opinions. We both know if he came on and said it was the worst piece of shit ever made, then there would be a lot of people who are big pro Snyder Cut people would be pissed off at him. So when you put an opinion out there, my friends, even a positive one, because he liked it, you're in trouble these days.
He was getting shit, he put a positive one out there.
Yeah, he liked it. Now,
I was like,
and I would say to you, Sandra, the people who were mad at him for liking it just because of what happened last night, they're fools too. That's silly.
and I will say this: Doomcock cannot win the last week or so. People giving him constant shit. Like much love to you, Doomcock brother. Just gotta say that right out there right now. So it's
everybody
just
watch what you want to watch, man.
Yeah.
Easy way to do it, isn't it? Except for Ash. I don't want him ever watching it again.
Well, we got the Hall of Doom as our background now, so it fits us because we're such evil people, So,
but, like we said, I think Shellback's seen it. Ash has seen it.
Yep.
You've watched it, right, Shellback? And
not yet.
Okay, well, okay, I'm sorry. Shellback has not seen it yet. Jed has not seen it yet. Retro, you seen it yet?
No, it's not.
No.
It's not over here in the UK.
Wait, I thought you had it last
So the
night.
person that loves Snyder Cut and the person that hates the Snyder films
the only ones
have both seen it.
Now, Ash
Well,
was telling me in the green room behind the scenes that he really, really hated it, but he was going to pretend to like it so he could trick everybody into watching it.
Oh, shut up, mate.
No,
He enjoyed it.
I cannot say enough like Mike, and I loved you for years as like a brother, and you've always gave me some good advice. We talked, but we also got to say Jeremy they're literally afraid of Jeremy now. They're afraid of a small YouTuber, not small, but they're afraid of a YouTuber literally now. A big bad corporation like Warner Brothers, AT&T, is it AT&T now? Warner Brothers, AT&T is like afraid of a YouTuber, and Jeremy goes, "Good, let him." Because that shows how
you're making moves in a fandom or a movement when a big corporation is keeping tabs on what a YouTuber in comparison who's quite small to the likes of Warner Brothers is doing, and that's a very powerful thing to keep in your head. It's like I was saying earlier, it's all a balance of power thing. They want the control, they want the power, but really the true people, it's like they were saying in the streams, the true people with the power are the fans. We're the ones that vote with our wallets. We're the ones that turn up to the films, and if we don't like something, we'll boycott it, and the company could go under. That's why YouTubers are so successful. Sorry to keep cutting you off, Jed.
Oh no, sorry. I'm trying to cut you off. I'm just what I said, and then somebody told me after the stream, and it wasn't you, Ash, it was somebody else that messaged me. They go, "Well, you do know since you had Uche and Ryan on there, you're going to be targeted now." I was like, I don't give a fuck. They're my brothers, We're all family. We're all nerdy geek family, comic books, movie, whatever. We're all in the same. Like I don't say this again. I will support Geeks and Gamers 100%. I will support Jeremy. I will support Doomcock. I will support Eric. As whoever is in our circle, Mike, Ash, Retro, Shellback, anybody that's in our chat right now, PD Rich, all of our family, Nick, who is listening right now. All of our extended family, because we done something last night the fan, our side of the fandom, the people that say we're evil, raise more money than companies that have been out there for years. Do you know that? And that includes Doomcock and everybody else. Okay? Hell, Lord Doomcock, we love you, brother. Don't let those fuckers give you shit like that.
Look,
I know.
He gets shit all the time.
I know he does, and that ticks me off. Yeah,
PD Rich, hello. Canadian Spider-Man does whatever a Canadian Spider can.
Yeah.
Good to see you, brother. Didn't get a chance to say hello to you guys first.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, you know, look. No. I'm saying I think we've everyone's beaten this little thing to death, and that's all we can really. We're supposed to be kind of just. Yeah. There's not much more we can do on this that hasn't been done already.
I'm not dead yet.
No, you're not. You are with us.
You soon will be.
You soon will. It is very ill.
Yeah. I'm feeling better.
I'm feeling better. I feel happy. I feel happy. Yeah. So and again, by the way, was it what's it? Oh, like Manny's daddy said, I don't support people who hate me. Actually, I do. I like people that hate me. They're my favorite. I hate me, so it's just it's a self-loathing thing, man.
Mike, I would say this. Did you see what Darth said in the chat right there? He said at the very bottom, "This is not an attack on geeks and gamers. This is an attack on the fans who wanted the Snyder Tech." Well, it's that too, but it's an attack on all attack.
I don't agree with that necessarily. I mean, it was an attack on geeks and gamers is what he used, but I would just encompass that to say, Dark, this attack on anybody.
Yeah, it was attack on anybody. Yeah,
anybody who is affiliated with geeks and gamers, because instead of not affiliated.
And like I said, there's geeks and gamers are our boys and our ladies. We got wonderful ladies and women over there that do awesome job on things. So. But
yes, he's right. They do have it in for the Snyder Cut people, but they think they're all the same. They don't understand. They don't distinguish really between Snyder Cut people or geeks and gamers or Doomcock or Gary or Az or anybody like that. They're all the fandom in general. Even people who get lumped in there that don't consider themselves to be fandom. If you're critical of their woke crap, you are toxic, and that was attack on anyone, really, a lot of people. So.
And like I said, Nick, I'm with anybody is 100%. I'm a very loyal person. So
now we haven't heard from Retro yet today because he you haven't
I heard it. Right? I showed him the video last night, and his response was like, "What the?"
Go ahead, Red, for himself, though.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I'll say, I am not an expert on any of this. I literally saw the clip that Jed showed me, and the first thing, we've got to remember, this whole stream was done for a good cause.
Yeah.
That's what we need to think about.
Yeah.
It was done for a good cause and a good reason. So everybody go and support that cause still.
Yeah.
Don't care. What bloody Snyder said was out of order, and he was disrespectful to geeks and gamers. He dissed them. Bad style. But again, like the other guys, I think he was pressured from above to say that. But when he said it, it was disrespectful to what all the hard work and everything that was put in for this charitable stream. He should have just, as Jed said, he should have just come on, gone, good work, guys, and then pissed off. What he said was out of order.
Yeah.
Damn well it was the suits, man.
Too right.
That's why he probably should have just not got on then, if that's the case. If he felt like he was in a corner. Yeah. So again, but it may have been the suits, but it came out of his face. And I tell you again, I'm more sad for him because like a lot of people have said, Shellback, and a lot of people have said, Jed, there's been a lot worse abuse of the quote unquote, fandom menace than that was.
I've seen a lot worse.
But those guys who were really had their heart set on this thing, they were so excited to have him on there. We all are proud of the cause that they were championing. And for again, as I said earlier, you could see it in their faces. They were devastated. It was again, they put on a brave face afterwards, and they tried to defend him as much as they could and all that stuff. And I understand where they're coming from, but they felt worse about it than anybody.
And you could see it. It was like a kick. Like seriously, it was like a kick, and it was like a knife in the back, a kick to the balls, and a punch to the gut all at the same time. You can see it.
No, Retro, keep going. I'm sorry we cut you off, brother.
No. You know, I'm basically agreeing with what all you were saying. I completely agree. He was out of order. What he said, the way he said it.
Again, you know, when they started, they already had like $23,000 or $25,000.
Yeah.
They by the time Zach came on, they had already exceeded
60 something. Yeah,
they had already exceeded their $50,000 goal.
60 something. Yeah.
It was 63 to 64 when he came on. I remember it. So somewhere around there.
So it's pretty impressive.
But the really important thing is, why in the hell are the green guys on the bottom here?
Reptile Brothers for life.
Green discrimination.
Yeah.
Because we don't like you green people. We don't like frogs.
You people, huh?
What
do you mean, you people?
No. Let me tell you something. Last night, now that I'm seeing the frog, that reminds me. Last night, Geeks and Gamers were the frog, and Zack Snyder was the scorpion. And when he did what he did, it's like that old fable about that when the frog says, "Why'd you sting me? We're both gonna go. We're both gonna go down now." He said, "Because I'm a scorpion."
Yeah.
That's what that kind of made me think of there. Yeah. But we do like Ninja Turtles, though, Shellback. You know, they're better than. I don't know. We got a Ninja Turtle and a Cyber Frog here. Yeah. So.
Well, I'm like a supernatural frog. So supernatural toads, you know.
No, man. Well, I tell you what, we could have since we bummed everybody out for over an hour and with this horrible stuff that we're all concerned about but can't do a whole lot about. We can have a little fun if Retro has any fun for us. I know Ashton sent me some pictures.
I've got some bits and pieces knocking about. I'm sure I can drag out. Yeah.
If you got something, because
don't hurt yourself, okay?
No, not everybody's seen the movie
Before we move on, can I just make one point about the film itself? If I'm not going to go into spoilers, obviously, but I just want to say, if you haven't watched it, but you saw the original Justice League, do genuinely watch this film, because it's the way it's structured and the way the story works out. It's much better and far more put together. It's a coherent, cohesive storyline, and the way the story tells, it like rolls off onto the next bit, whereas the original film, it feels very choppy, put together. There's a lot more additional content that wasn't in the original film. There's a few bits in this film, but there are large portions of new content, and I think that's part of what makes it a better experience for me personally. I don't know how Clobby, how you felt from a structure point in terms of the story, regardless of your feelings of Snyder's work, but compared to the original film, this film was much more put together, and I'm happy that it turned out like that. I'm happy for Snyder that this came out good, and good in my opinion, and the only thing that irked me was the aspect ratio. I don't know how you felt about that.
Yes, kind of strange decision, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was speaking to I think it was exploring the multiverse that was said to me on Twitter that Snyder said you can see more of what's going on in the frame because vertically, because there's not as much content laterally in the frame. Okay. That's why he chose 4:3. But personally, I think 16:9 would have been a better aspect ratio, because you get the characters in the frame vertically edge to edge, but if you have, for me personally, if you have edge to edge horizontally, you get a better immersion in the scene. That's me personally.
Sure.
But it doesn't take away from the movie itself. It's just a personal gripe I had with it. But again, do watch it. I think it's worth the 4 hours. Whether you like it or not, it's an enjoyable experience.
You'd be surprised that I don't entirely disagree with everything you said there, Ash. I do think it made
really. Oh my god.
Well, again, it wasn't much of a story to begin with because, and we're not spoiling anyone anything. We're just saying,
spoil it.
you know, as you all know, he did the first 2 movies after he did Man of Steel and it relatively underperformed. There was going to be a Man of Steel 2, as you all know.
Yeah.
And there'll be a number 2. It will be a number 2.
I'm still hoping.
But point is, it was good. But the thing is, there was a plan for that, right? And then, because of it didn't do super great, they stick Batman in it. They did Bitch versus Shit. I mean BBS. And then they after that, right on the Justice League. Whereas again, whether you like the MCU or not, they had a lot of time to. They had
10 years.
They had 5 movies before Avengers.
Yeah.
So they had 5 movies to build up to that. Like, and I always looked at it, whether you like the original Avengers films, and I liked it a lot. But I mean, whether you like that film or not, it had benefited. People say, well, it felt like it kind of jumped in the middle, but not if you saw the movies before it. It was like chapter 6 of a mini series in a sense.
Yeah.
And that kind of that worked well. If you like those movies, not everyone does. I like them, but point being, that worked for them. If they had time to do that, which they didn't have the time apparently, but if that had happened, they probably would have been far better off, and you could have built your characters that way, because that's why, and it wouldn't have had to be 4 hours. Really,
I feel the same way before the original Justice League film, but for me personally, because the original film, I felt it was too rushed. Like they didn't have time to introduce the characters properly. That's right. But in this film, I felt that they added a bit more backstory to some of the characters, and it fleshed out for me the characters as a whole coming into the movie. That's why I thought the structure was better.
When you have 4 hours, you have that luxury.
Yeah. Well, I think it's got more footage to do, like more footage on the cutting room floor. So we could, I mean, if the fans really wanted, we could push for an ultimate cut, which would be
Snyder Uche did say that Snyder had like 10 different copies of the movie.
Yeah,
10 different copies that he made himself.
That's right. Yeah.
So he could make he could make as many, like the ultimate cut. You know, like how Blade Runner had like 3 different cuts. He had Blade Runner, director's cut, and then you had the ultimate one. So that everybody loves. I like the Pinmalt. I like the one day because you got so much more on original Blade Runner. That's the one that Siskel and Ebert loved to death. So I don't know. You don't know who Siskel and Ebert are. Actually, I'll tell you later. But you know.
Okay.
Yeah. That was back, they existed when, even if you didn't like them, they were at least their critiques were interesting. And when they reviewed a movie, strangely enough, they didn't talk about politics. They just talked about the movie one way or the other.
Just movies.
Imagine that, huh? 2 guys.
I know, right?
Writing a movie review, because even some of these reviews coming out about the Snyder Cut, I think Gary was talking about some of them and was reading some of them, and they could not just come out and say, I liked it, I didn't like it. It was pretty good. I had this problem with it. It sucks. It's fantastic. None of that. Nothing about the movie. Well, they would word salad their way to talking about some of the, and it's fine if you mention a bit of the backstory, saying how it was a film from 2017, then a big movement got this made with the original director. You could, some of that's fine, but then they throw a bunch of their stupid political crap in there, and then like by the time they get to saying whether they like the movie or not, you're like, you know what? Screw you. I mean, that's not what you're here for. Siskel and Ebert just did. I mean, of course, it was a totally different time. So I mean, but and they had a TV show, but it's funny, Ash. Back then, everyone liked to watch that show, and they were like these guys. People would say those fuckers. They hated so and so. Screw them.
I love watching them.
Can you believe they didn't like fill in the blank, whatever it was? But it was fun to watch them because they were they actually were,
and there was weeks where they would disagree. Where like one liked it and the other didn't, and it'd be funny. But they didn't bring politics or any of. They just talked about the movie. That's it.
Well, imagine that, huh? But anyway, look, I definitely if you're interested in the material, or if you saw the other one, I wouldn't tell anyone, they should or should not watch it. I have a lot of I have myself a lot of criticisms, but some of my criticisms would probably surprise you all. But no one's. We need to give people a lot of time to watch this. This thing dropped at 12 midnight on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And from what I know, because I didn't turn it on right immediately. It was a little bit later, but from what I've heard, I think it was Robert Meyer Burnett or someone posted something where when it wasn't loading immediately for a lot of people, or it was having.
Yeah, Robert was having problems. It wasn't. He was getting sound, but he wasn't getting no picture. I remember that because
obviously that must have got corrected because it was on there now. But
yeah, because he's seen it now. So.
Well, yeah. So it was, but I waited a little while till in the morning. But I mean, a lot of people, I'm sure, started immediately when it started.
And I did hear that the servers got so overwhelmed at one point they were down for like 5 minutes. Like people, because it was a worldwide release. So think about this. Everybody in the world at one point went to go turn on Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
Right.
The Snyder Cut, basically. So.
Except Retro. He says he's never going to watch it because he doesn't trust Ash. He thinks Ash is lying to him. What you got there, Rhett?
Oh, here we go. Some Doctor Who stuff, as always. Lots of stuff in here. Krillin.
Whoa, my Krillitanes.
Hey.
Wow.
School reunion.
Do they have the Anthony Stewart head version of that?
Hey, hang on, you might be in there somewhere. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Got loads. Yeah. Another one.
Hey, Retro, I'm gonna have to have that toxic bag take down because it says mankind up there.
Mankind. That's the name of a store in the UK.
I know. I was joking.
Really?
I was just yeah. It's
Don't diss that store. It's actually
I know.
Oh,
it's a good store. It's a good store. But I was making a joke. It's toxic because it's mankind. You know.
By the way, thank you, Garbage. I love that name. By the way, thanks for being here. What you got there again? Let me see that one again.
Yeah, let me see that one.
You opened that one before, huh?
Yeah, that one's been over.
He couldn't wait to go play with that one.
The space pig. Sabine and the space piggy. Nice.
Here we go for the K9 fans out there.
Hey, K9.
Oh man.
And Rose.
Rose and K9. Odd combination, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Rose got on my nerves a little bit at times. I mean, the puppy love stuff, but
Rose didn't get on my nerves as much as
Martha.
Martha didn't.
I thought Martha was hotter.
Yeah, Martha didn't get on my nerves. It was Rose. It was what was
nice.
it? What was it?
Love it.
Amy, and the one that was at the end, not Bill, but the one before that.
Bill, yeah.
Retro, was that from
Clara and Amy got on my nerves more.
Yeah,
Clara and Amy got on my nerves more. Like, seriously.
My favorite Doctor.
There you go.
Doctor, all right. Love it. Everyone loves us. Well, that is true. Everyone does love a space pig or pigs in space.
There's David right there.
Oh my goodness! Let's see here.
Clobberin.
Have you got a brother?
It's weird because that's not their alien name. That's their family name. They're from Raxacoricofallapatorius.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yes, indeed. But that strange decision.
Cyber controller.
I give me the old school cyber controllers. I mean Cybermen any day, but those they were more like Ultron.
Yeah.
They were more like Ultron. Those newer ones. I hated the way they changed their origin. Welcome to Impossible.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
Pigs in Space was canceled. Yes, it was. The Muppets have been canceled, sort of.
Yeah.
Cassandra, that was a fun episode.
Oh,
Man,
did
you
you
guys-
know
That was a good one.
they have a thing before you start any shows that this episode may be problematic. Viewer discretion advised.
On what?
So I'm like,
On the Muppet
on
Show.
Disney Plus. It's ridiculous.
Yep, I love Cassandra.
you
The
saying
pitching
that was
chamberlain.
problematic?
Problematic. Oh my god, you're problematic.
Oh my
I
God.
know, right? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
The
Oh,
Ooze.
Stop being so problematic with your mankind and everything, guys.
Oh god, you guys are toxic.
Toxic masculinity.
Oh my god, stop.
The Ood are toxic too.
The Ood hold balls in their hands. They're
I was
toxic
gonna say.
males.
I was gonna say like are the Ood LGBT because they love balls.
Well, yeah, because they're like, hey, would you like to
Oh,
touch my balls?
Yeah, but, dude.
We
so,
talk
yeah.
from
All
our
right.
balls.
Now there's the guy who loves balls.
He does. He loves it all. He's omni. Omni. He's an omni. What is it? What is that outfit? That's not his bomber jacket
No,
thing, is it? I can't really say.
Jack will just do anything until he turns into the face of Bo, where he can't
What-
do anything.
what is he-
you know?
Is it? It's great. I mean, it doesn't look like he's wearing his coat or anything. Kind of
Nope.
trench coat and stuff. What is
Nope.
that from?
I think it's the uniform, isn't it, from the Anti-Child, is there?
Oh, that's the uniform. I just can't see it that well. Okay, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
There we go.
I love the first season. That and the first season of Torchwood, but boy, the show got really.
Oh,
weird after that.
Torch would have got really bad at the end. Like, it got really bad. Do you heard they're trying to bring it back, right?
Please don't. Don't let
I
him.
was like, no, please, and please don't give
That
Chip
was a good
no it.
episode.
You know.
That was the clockwork. I like them. That was the girl in the fireplace. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
the Harlequin romance episode. Ugh. Yeah, it was good. I mean, the show was so good back then. Even the one that was
Yeah, even
was
the
off,
bad
yeah.
episodes. If you even go back and look at the first season, say, oh, like, yeah. But now you're like, we would take this over what?
I can't think of many bad ones back then.
That was a great episode.
Oh, that's one of my
Yeah.
favorites. The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances. Yep.
Yeah.
You're my mummy.
Yeah.
Brilliant episode.
Hey, for Halloween one year, I did that. I was like, "Are you my mummy?" And I had the mask on. I was like, "Are you my mummy?" And nobody got the joke. And I had to tell everybody. I was like, "It's from bloody Doctor Who."
Then they arrested you.
I know, right?
Oh,
I miss Cyberlita from the classic. Cyberlita. Oh, Cyberlita.
Doctor.
Don't blink. So, is there a blink figure? Because someone's saying don't blink. Ah, okay.
It was
That was
just a
cool.
Doctor Who joke. That's all.
I know it was, but I thought he might tell the blink figure somewhere. That's yeah, that was a fun episode. Just for
I still think that
Two for
I
Club.
still think the Angels are Time Lord, disregarded Time Lords that it got like banned or something. So
welcome, Captain Trek. Good to see you. God,
Hey, Captain
Doctor Who was so popular back then. At that point, man, it was so huge. But
dude,
you know,
it was so awesome.
first couple of years, when that came out, the revival came out in 2005. I don't know if you know, Ash, but over here, we were not getting it.
No.
Not even airing. I had about 2 weeks before the first one came out, Rose. Oh, Zygons, love it.
Yeah.
2 weeks before Rose came out, the pilot leaked, the Rose episode, first one, leaked to the internet. And a buddy of mine downloaded it, and I was seeing ads for seeing pictures for about a year or two, really not hopeful. I didn't like any of the look. I still don't like, to this day, don't like the way he dressed in that. And he didn't dress very doctorish, but I love Eccleston. Anyway, that made me fall in love with it, and we had to, for a couple of years, we had to download it every week when it would air over there.
Oh yeah, the first
There you
season,
go.
the first season or two, you couldn't see it here in the States.
A buddy of
You
mine
had
would
to
download
literally
it.
get it. Yeah.
Would download it and burn me a copy every week. Because
I have.
it didn't air here for a long time.
Yeah, I have copies of
Sea Devils,
on
man, I love it.
discs and stuff that I had to do myself because you couldn't get it, or you had to watch your mates fucking shit on the other side,
There's one that
or
is
they were
box.
streaming it off the TV or some shit.
Uh-oh.
You know.
Wow. Nice. Filled with zillions of Daleks.
Alex, yeah, that's the one.
It was what Army of Ghosts and the What was the second part of that? Was it Doomsday something or other? Yeah. What you got? Okay. Dalek
I remember that
Psychotic.
episode.
There you go. Evolution of the Daleks, I think.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. Good times, man. That show was, I mean, good God, we were so excited for at least a good run of almost
Yeah.
Oh, did you
7 years.
Mike, did you hear the new rumor? The new rumor is it's gonna be the new rumor for today is
man.
it's gonna be somebody that's what is it? What was the new rumor, Ash? I remember we said something about it earlier.
What about New Who?
Yeah, what was it? The new rumor is
there's so much shit out there. It's hard to keep track.
They said they're bringing Joe Martin back. So that was the newest one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the newest one that I just got told. And I was like, she's been bouncing back and forth, but then there's all these others are like,
I thought they were gonna drop. Oh, that's a nice one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna drop Joe Martin. And then she got all pissy about it, and she got in a strop. And then she was hounding the execs, and then she was potentially going to get her own spin-off, but as like a something doctor, but it wasn't going to be the main doctor line or something, something like that.
Another Clockwork Man. There you go.
All right, there you go.
Another one.
Cool, but the Clockwork Man, and this great. They did season. I mean, they did toys of all these different aliens from those early seasons because it was such a huge phenomenon. You know,
Retro's married and he has all those toys. So look at that. Maddie says, "You're seeming I single. No woman will allow that man on toys. His missus does, but she yells at him for it though."
Yeah, I get yelled at all the time.
Maybe not allow, but she puts up.
I hear in the background, and she's like, "We're gonna go fucking go do that back room up there."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
love it.
She complains about the room all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Jen hears that all the time.
Yeah.
I love these older designs of the Daleks before they went in Matt Smith they went all like multicolored. And then the different changes after that.
Yeah. You talking about Asylum of the Daleks? Were they all those crazy different ones?
Yeah, I think so. It was like all multicolored. There was like a blue one, a red one.
Victory of the Daleks.
That's the one. Yeah.
Second episode, right?
I think from that point onwards, the design of the Daleks just went downhill. I prefer like Eccleston and Tennant's Dalek design, well, the old bronze color and just a classic look. That was great.
Well, you know the in that one, those were sort of the M&M Daleks, as some call them, were sort of a throwback to the old Peter Cushing films, in a sense, with the multicolored Daleks and stuff. Yeah, but
right.
Yeah, so that was but I'm with you. That was kind of a weird thing, and but then in the Asylum of the Daleks, remember there were like zillions of different kinds of Daleks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They get a little crazy with it. Yeah.
Hey, did you hear this, Mike? Listen to this. Emily Blunt reportedly passes on Fantastic Four reboot.
Oh, she wasn't even offered. Remember? She wasn't.
Well, it is. We got this covered, so it's a shill website.
Yeah, they need something from, because you know what? They're not even going to offer that role to a white woman.
No, this came from a very reliable source that I got told that it is going to be the Benetton Colors of the Rainbow cast. Okay,
right. FF movie is dead on arrival, folks. Fantastic Four movie is not.
It's going to be DOA.
Well, if they need an Indian token, I'm available.
Well, then I would watch it if they put you in it, Ash.
Yeah.
But
Ash should be Dr. Doom.
There you go. That's right.
Oh, Mr. Fantastic, what are you doing with my gear?
Would you look at slushy, Mr. Fantastic? What flavors do you have today?
There you go. Yeah, buddy. I just hope that something happens that they never make that movie. In other words, if it has to be an asteroid hitting the Earth to stop it, I'm for it.
Well, you do know the reason why they haven't shown any movie clips from the Immortals, right? So,
I mean, Eternals.
Eternals, fucking whatever. I still waking up. That's the reason why they haven't shown anything from internals, except for that one
Probably 'cause
picture
it's
of the
crap.
calendar. Oh yeah, because it's total crap, dude. They know they're
Yeah.
gonna get a bad reception, so they're just gonna wait till it comes out, push it out, and hope
Yeah.
for the best.
Well, you certainly would think there would be a
Yeah.
a trailer or something by now.
No, it's gonna come out within I don't know how long. But they pushed it back like 2 or 3 times now.
I think Esh has a couple pics. Did you send me some pics there, Esh?
Yeah, I did.
All right, let's take a look or again.
Wait.
This is one for Alex James. Thank you. Come again.
Me and
Is that-
Ash do that all the time.
That's
Yeah,
Apu
and-
from Simpsons.
Before anybody gets
okay,
upset,
gotcha.
he is Indian. I mean, like,
Yeah, I am Indian.
yeah, so
I
don't-
think he's faking. He's a voice
you
actor.
know, so like,
Well,
he's
generally,
cultural
I like-
appropriate. No, he's literally, he has this
Well,
big
I
old
generally
beard.
I generally like doing like accents and stuff. Like I'm fascinated by different languages and accents and cultures and stuff. I mean, I can do a pretty
cool.
good Chinese accent, but I'm not going to do that on air. But I do know the Chinese language, which is
Yeah, you do.
which is interesting. I mean, I studied in high school because my high school was one of the few in the UK that offered it as an option at the time. So I was like,
Oh,
I'll
okay.
take that. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice. Excellent. I'm trying to get to that. I'm having some issues with the
No worries.
Facebook there, so let's see if it'll show up.
Oh, and I've started retro and Ash on comic books too. So I gave them both stuff. to
Retro,
read.
are you reading comics?
Yeah, he is. He's gonna try to for.
Like I say, I did sort of read stuff when I was a lot younger, but I never sort of carried on with it. But I do have 1 or 2 collector's pieces. Like I've got like me $6 Million Man stuff from Dark Horse Comics. They did like the season 5, so I've got a couple of $6 Million Man ones. I know you're probably going to hate me for this. I've got some of the Next Generation crossover ones with Doctor Who, with the 11th.
I have those.
So I've got a couple of those. I do like comics, but like I say, I'm not really as in depth as you guys.
Hey,
don't let Jed strong arm me into anything.
Oh no! Wait, when are we gonna do the Green Lantern stream?
Yeah, I've got some homework. I've got to sit there and get some quiet.
I gave him homework for the Green Lantern. Whenever we do the Green Lantern stream, so when is that?
Yeah, so this is a bit of an update to the.
Yours, I'll be allowed to read.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is a bit of an update to the pop wall. So today I got my Cara Dune pop vinyl, so I'll be adding that to the wall. And
That's
this
awesome.
is more of an update, so you can see like the amiibos I was talking about in the top right, and some of the Batman legendary ones on the left in the black boxes. And yeah, pretty cool.
You know, if that ever falls down, oof.
Mate, it has. Like, I used to have it. Originally, I used to have the blinds go behind the pop
that was
vinyls.
disaster.
And then
right
when
there.
I opened the windows, I think we've already shown this. I think you need to go the other way.
Oh, okay.
Wrong way. When the wind hit the blinds, it threw all of them everywhere, which is annoying. Yeah. So this is there's 2 like this, and I found them I found them hidden away in my room, and they're basically it's a collaboration between a graffiti artist called Futura and Funko Pop, and they did these exclusive Star Wars pop vinyls. This is the Stormtrooper, as you can see, and it was sold in an acrylic case with shrink wrap on it, and it's still in the shrink wrap, and it's this really cool graffiti style pop vinyls, but of like Star Wars characters, so they're awesome.
Oh, there you go. Kickley, my great friend Kickley has popped in. The great artist extraordinaire. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here, buddy. Let's see here. Got more? Let's see. We got some more. What do we have here?
And this is another one. Because the colors are a lot darker, I couldn't get a really good picture because of the shrink wrap and the acrylic was distorting the light, but you can see like the different light effects on Boba's armor and different colors and stuff.
Oh, I got you. Sure.
Yeah, by the same artist as well. So these were 2 from that.
Is that all? That's the one what you sent?
Sorry?
Is that all you sent?
No, I think there's one more.
Huh. Let's see. No.
Howard the
I don't,
Duck.
I don't think so.
No, not Howard the Duck.
I don't think I have another one. Let me check, make sure.
I kind of got a giggle when I put that on the Twitter, and I said Howard the Duck is a better love story than Twilight.
Oh no, I didn't send it. Hang on.
Okay, gotcha.
Where is it? There we go. It should be sending through now.
If it's a dick pic, watch out. Don't put it on stream.
Why? We're not supposed to?
It's not.
Why not? I mean, okay.
So it's some books that I got. It's actually a recommendation from Uche when he came on our stream the other day with Ryan.
Oh, yes.
And we were talking a bit about Star Wars, and he was saying he recommended for me to read Heir to the Empire, which is the first book in the Thrawn trilogy. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? I'll buy the whole trilogy. So same day or the next day, I went on Amazon, got it, and it came back the next day. And I've got these great books to read. And so far, a lot of people are saying it's a very good trilogy.
This should have been the sequel to Star Wars right here. This should have been the next 3 movies right here.
It's so damn good. I mean, Timothy Zahn really nails it with this. A lot of people, all right, after, a few years after Return of the Jedi, Dark Horse did come out with a comic when they took it from Marvel. They did was the Dark Empire, and I wasn't too big on the art really, and the story was okay, but if not too long after that, this came out, and this to me is, in terms of, this is definitive Star Wars outside of movies, the real movies, of course. And it is just he builds a rich, saga for them, and Timothy Zahn. He's done other great Star Wars books too. If you get through these and if you enjoy them,
Jedi Academy,
pretty much. Well, there are other good books, yes. But I'm saying not only that, you pretty much Ash can't go wrong with the Timothy Zahn Star Wars. He did a lot of great stuff. He is the best, in my opinion. So.
Well, I guess I've got a good foundation to go off after these books.
I think Ryan also mentioned it too when we were on the stream too, Ash. So you got to give Ryan some credit there too.
And I tell you, I enjoyed the
Ryan
audio.
is a Star Wars genius, so
he knows the Star Wars. I love. I don't know if you've ever listened to many audiobooks. Anybody?
I do.
Some of these audiobooks, especially Star Wars ones. My son's big on, because when he's working a lot, he loves listening to audiobooks. And there are a lot of great audiobooks out there. And they put in a great production. It's not just someone reading the words, monotonously. They get someone who's really good at doing the voices and such, and that's really a good, an immersive experience. And of course, obviously, nothing could take place of reading, but there's some really good Star Wars audiobooks as well that I've enjoyed. So,
well, after this, we got to get them to listen to the BBC Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
I know. And the Lord of the Rings one too, with the Hobbit. So
Ash has got all the time in the world. So he's got a lot of stuff ahead of him that he's going to enjoy. Including, I do believe, Ash, you did mention that you've watched these Star Trek films, if I'm not mistaken, recently.
Yes.
Wait. We want to save some of that for Sunday.
I won't say too much. I won't say too much. As some of you guys know, we've got a Robert My Burnett coming on our channel with Clobby and Raquel for a William Shatner birthday celebration stream and celebrating his work and impact on Star Trek. And Jed was like, dude, you've seen all this other Star Trek. You basically watched it backwards, and you've only seen a bit of the original series, and you haven't seen much of Shatner's work. And he was like, you need to watch this, and this. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So I bought the original motion picture movies and all 6 of them, and in a Blu-ray set. And so far, I've seen 5 of them, and this was like 4 days ago, 4 or 5 days ago. and I watched like 4 of the films in one day. But first impressions, I like them. That's all I'll say, and I'll share the rest of my first impressions on Sunday.
Cool.
So, yeah.
And Raquel and I, when we get done with when we do the movies, you could pop in and give us your rating of it. So,
oh yeah, sure.
Everyone, I guess we've been on for a couple hours now. We're gonna probably start wrapping it up here, and I will do a quick show note, then we'll start saying our goodbyes. Again, Saturday night, as always, we're viewing all of Star Trek, real Star Trek only, which means, of course, 1966 through 2005. Right now, we're doing the original series. We're in the 2nd season, Raquel and I, and we will, after that, do the animated series. We will do the Trek movies, of course. We will do the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise. We'll do it all. 600 some odd as well. I forgot the exact numbers, just how many hours of it. We do 4 episodes a night. So anyway, have a lot of fun doing that. So if you're a Trek fan, and if you've not joined us, please check it out. This Sunday, as has been alluded to, Jed and Esh, my good pals, will be on their channel. Having a celebration. That Monday will be, of course, the birthday of the great William Shatner, also my son, my only son. And yes, and they will be having a William Shatner birthday celebration. And as you said, they're going to have the great Robert Meyer Burnett on, and which is very cool. I'm a big fan. We're all big fans of his, so that's going to be great. And, Jed, tell us about it.
We may have a surprise guest that we're trying to get, so I can't say who they are, but we may have a surprise guest. And Mike, I gotta talk to you after the stream about that.
I'm gonna spoil it, everyone.
No, don't.
It's William Shatner, everyone. That's
we wish. I know.
We wish.
We wish. Did you manage to get him?
Yeah, I wish I could get Shatner on.
No. Who the person that we were trying to get on?
We'll talk to you after the stream with you, me, and Mike, and Retro, and whoever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
big tease.
We're gonna go, of course, go around the horn here and say some goodbyes, and then we're gonna say goodbye to our friends in the chat. Shellback, you still there, brother? I don't know what happened to Shellback.
He said in the private chat he's got a visitor. So,
that's cool. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
No problem. Well, let's see here. Retro, thank you for being here today, man. I know you didn't get to say much, but we're always happy to have you, and we appreciate the toys. Please say your goodbyes to us.
Oh, it's been a pleasure as always. Thanks for having me on. It's been great, Clobberin. Cheers. Absolutely brilliant. I'm generally hanging about in Jed's channel, so never want to chat. That's where I'll be at.
It's not my channel, it's our channel. Our channel.
Well, cool, man.
Yeah.
Retro, really appreciate you as always, but thank you.
Thanks, dude. Much appreciated.
Thank you, sir.
Hail everyone in the chat.
Hail the chat. And my bud Ash. All right, bud. Go.
This is my cue. Sorry, I'm prepared. And if you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, Twitch, Parler, Minds, YouTube, Ash Sing on all of them. I'm mostly active on social media on Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to watch me play some video games, I do that every Wednesday night. Every Thursday, I'm here on CLOBBY's channel, and every Sunday, looks like every Sunday from now on, will be on our Pop Culture Archivist channel. So yeah, a lot of great stuff coming, and hopefully more great guests on the way in the future.
Yeah, if we can pull some things out of the hats and stuff. So
you mean pull some shit out your magical ass?
Yeah,
that too.
They say that a lot.
if we manage to get a good few known guests, we're like, Jed pulled it out of his magical ass.
Yeah,
somehow he pulled it out of his ass.
They're like, how did you do that? And I'm like, I just said, can you please come on? That's it.
The less said about Jed's ass, the better.
Sorry, I was drinking a drink then.
Oops. Go ahead, Jed. You royal pain in the dumps. I mean, Jed,
I know.
my friend. Sorry.
I'm a toxic male that's now in line with geeks and gamers. So but I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody that came here today. And yes, we are gonna have a big stream on Sunday with Robert Meyer Burnett, Raquel, Mike, Ash, and me. I want everybody to come over there. It's going to be a celebration of good times of like Kirk and Star Trek all over, because you couldn't have Star Trek without Kirk. You can't have Kirk without Star Trek. So, and we are going to try to be doing other things pretty soon. Hopefully me and Ash and Retro have some things, and Mike, you're involved in that too. I just let you know when I can.
Sure.
So yeah, because Mike he's part of our family. He is part of our family. He's a brother. And
I don't know these guys.
Oh, shut up. but like I said, and I want you guys to please do this. If you can follow Lethal Lightning, if you can follow Ryan Cannell, and if you can follow Uche for the wonderful, awesome job they've done, and you can't forget Jeremy on his D-Day Cobra and Geeks and Gamers channel. So I just want to say that much love to all the guys. They did an awesome job for a really great cause and awesome charity. And before I get done, God bless Mark C. We love you, brother.
Absolutely. Great Mark C. Always going to miss you, buddy.
Yeah.
So, yep. Everyone hail the great Mark C.
Yeah.
Shellback, you there, brother? I mean, if you're busy, that's cool. I mean, I think that's
he's
cool.
still muted.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, he muted himself. That wasn't me. So, well, again, friends in the chat, of course, the great Maddie's daddy. Thanks for being here, bro. The great Lord Thoth, Avon lives, and LLL, buddy. Long live the Legion. Canadian Spider-Man who does whatever a Canadian spider can. Thank you for being here, sir. Oh, yeah, big shout out. Thanks to the wonderful Steph and JANICZEK. Smuggler's Cantina. Please go check her channel out, everyone. Let's see here. Who are some of our other great friends who were here today? Disaster Area. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. Dee Myers. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you. RN Feliciano and Sandra Feliciano, my dear friends, the Felicianos. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure, my friends. Alex James was here earlier. I think he may have to. I don't know if he had to cut out or not. But Alex, if you're there, bro, and even if not, thank you so much. Who else was here today? Kickley, my bro. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you, bud.
Don't forget Nick.
The great. Oh yeah, I'm sorry again. Thank you, because my memory sucks. Sorry about that, Nick. Nicholas, we appreciate you hanging out with us, my friend. As always, a pleasure, and look forward to talking to you again, my buddy. We appreciate you much. Tim Possible, thank you for popping in. We appreciate you. The great Mark D with a C was here. Hey, buddy. Appreciate you, man, as always, dude. Big, great friend of the show. Garbage had to run out, but I love that name, Garbage. Good to see you, buddy. I think Dr. Hercumonkey was here at the start, so hail to him. And if I missed anyone, I am sorry. You know my memory, man.
Oh, so, there he is, Dr. Hercumonkey.
Dr. Hercumonkey's here. Oh, is he there? I don't see him.
Oh, there's Mando. Mando just popped up.
Mando, Mando, good to see you, man. We're heading out, buddy. But always appreciate you popping in. The great Dark Haster was here. Hey, bub, my fellow wrench over at the Latino Slant. Yeah. Well, no, appreciate you all. And if I missed anyone, I'm senile, you know that. So, thank you so much, everyone. I'm gonna play us out here with our outro, made, of course, by the great Stone Loki. Loki is the man, and we really appreciate him for this. So thank you all, and have a great night. And I'm getting a last-minute memo here. Let's see. Ash has instructed me to advise any of you against watching the Snyder Cut because he hated it. Wow, I'm shocked. I thought he liked it. He said he was kidding the whole time.
Watch Man of Steel.
Well, nasty.
You don't have to go that far. Everybody, that's okay. You don't have to go that far.
Kidding everyone. He highly recommends it. He highly recommends it. So make your, watch at your own peril. Thank you, everyone. You all have a good one. Let's here we go. Good night, everyone. Or Dave. And good evening.